So, Jayant, it is so nice that you have arrived Siliguri today.
Thank you very much.
After a long journey, So, on behalf of Siliguri and Amudarya TV, I would like to welcome you over here. When we were coming over here, we had long discussions, and you said that you have been traveling for quite some months, covering a lot of places, all the way. You started your journey on the Indo-Pak border at the Run of Kutch in Gujarat, and you took the entire coastal areas, then you traveled, and then you went into Northeast, and there you met Jashoda, and that is how we are together today. So on behalf of each and every person of this entire north of West Bengal and Sikkim, which we call the Kanchenjunga region, would like to welcome you. Why the Kanchenjunga region? I'll just give you a little bit of the background, because if you look at the Hindu Kush Himalayan region, this serves to almost all the rivers. 60% of the fresh water of the world, it's over here. It serves the world with 60% of the food to the world population. It feeds 60% of the world population from here. So, and Amudarya, it's one of our heritage sites, and it's part of this Hindu Kush Himalayan region. It is so nice that you are over here. So, at 50, a professor by profession, and traveling, what brought you in your mind that you should cycle and you should go around the borders of the country?
First of all, thank you very much for a very warm welcome, and I'm really happy to be at Amudarya TV channel, which is Voice of the Marginals.
Yes.
And we, the people who care about the climate, we are trying to work for this cause of climate change. We are truly a minority. Yes. So I'm happy the channel is representing us.
Yes.
So now coming back to your question about what prompted me to take up a journey like this, there are multiple reasons for this. So one of the reasons is, of course, I wanted to explore the country, and this has been my long cherished dream since almost my childhood, school days. Like, okay, I want to see the world, and not as a tourist where you just take a flight, go to some destination, click photographs, and come back, but really immerse in that culture, experience the culture, meet those people, be with them. So that is how I wanted to really travel and experience India. So
जयंत, आपकी जो बचपन है वो कैसे बीती? मतलब आपका बचपन में आप कहाँ थे? हाँ, जैसे अभी तो आप मुंबई में हैं, लेकिन बचपन कहाँ पे बीती आपके बचपन कैसे बीता, वो अगर थोड़ा सा बता देते
तो मैं एक छोटा सा गांव है, उसका मतलब मैप में अभी शायद दिखना शुरू हुआ है, वो पंसाड़े करके है, तो इट्स नियर शिरडी. तो शिरडी से about 20 kilometers, that's where my village is, और that's my birthplace.
Yes.
और तो मेरे माता पिता उसी आसपास के गांव में थे, and it's a typical village, so village which you would find near Shirdi, where big fields and a small house in between, and a very simple house. In fact, when I was born, it was like a thatched hut, and now after a few years, it kind of became a little pakka house. So I have been kind of born in the fields, brought up in the fields, and those huge ones, where you run around in those muddy paddy fields, and so that's how I have been brought up, and so very much connected with farming and nature. Yes. That's how my upbringing has been. So even after that, when my father is a professor, he used to teach physics and mathematics, and now of course he's retired. So he moved to a place called as Khopoli, which is an industrial town.
Okay.
And so that's where it's a little more urban kind of environment, but still, of course, having brought up in a place like that, in a village, my connect with nature and passion for nature always remains. So yeah, and even when we moved to Khopoli, it was right in the midst of a valley. So in fact, that's also one of the reasons. I'll come to it later. Yeah. So I had a So the place where my house was, we had a beautiful stream right behind. So I remember those days where I used to just come from the school, put my bag, go to the stream, drink water, swim in it, come back and have my food, and then carry on with the rest of the day. So those are the memories. So nature was always around me, fortunately, and my father had a big role to play in that. So he would take me to the mountains.
It's so wonderful. So that's probably one of the reasons that, when you say you are cycling for the sake of, pure water, pure air, pure soil. This is probably one of the reasons that you wanted this message to go around in the country, in villages, because as all of us know, villages are changing their characters. We were in villages where there were no shops. We didn't need a shop. So, communities were sustainable communities. For their food, clothing and shelter, they dependent on their backyard biodiversity. They brought their, building material from there or from the agricultural fields. They grew their own food. They had their own clothes which they could weave themselves. They were not dependent on the so-called big industries or whatever we see today. So that is probably one of the reasons we are slowly losing out on our basics of, getting an access to pure soil and pure air and, the
Absolutely.
pure water.
Yeah, I really feel very fortunate. Now when I look back, I really value what I had.
Yes.
The way I was brought up. And when I actually go around in my own town now, where I was brought up, I see, all the buildings, in fact, just coming to that point where I had a house in the stream behind. Now, this industrial town has grown like many other cities and towns. It is developed. And that stream where I used to swim now has become a nala. All the high-rise buildings around it, and all the wastewater comes there, and I can't even look at that stream. I can't believe when I look at it, like this is a stream where I used to drink water from, and I used to swim there. So that's a development. And so the children now, most of them, are actually missing out on that beautiful childhood. Playing in the mud and being with the elements. So yes, that's very not so nice situation to be in. Yeah.
तो जयंत, आप थोड़ा अपना ये जो साइकिलिंग के यात्रा में आप कर रहे हैं, ये जो साइकिलिंग की यात्रा कर रहे हैं, इसके बारे में अगर कुछ बताते हैं, कहाँ से आपने शुरू किया और कैसे चलते हुए इतने महीने से आप कहाँ कहाँ पहुँचे, आपको कैसे लगा, आप जो जो जगह में गए, आपको ये सब जगह कैसे लगा, इसके बारे में अगर थोड़ा सा मतलब विस्तार से सबको अगर बताते जो लोग आपको देख रहे हैं.
बेसिकली ये जो साइकिल की यात्रा है मैंने शुरू की 23 जनवरी को. एक नाड़ाबेट करके एक जगह है कच्छ में, रन ऑफ कच्छ गुजरात. वहाँ से मैंने इस यात्रा की शुरुआत की. फिर इंडिया पाकिस्तान बॉर्डर लेके वहाँ से फिर कोस्टल पार्ट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र विच इज कॉल्ड एज कोंकण. फिर कोंकण से गोवा, कर्नाटका, केरला, कन्याकुमारी से फिर ऊपर तमिलनाडु, आंध्रा, उड़ीसा, वेस्ट बंगाल. आई वेंट ऑल्सो इनटू सुंदरबंस, spent some time there. So a friend of mine has an organic farm, so spent some. Then उसके बाद में फिर जलपाईगुड़ी, and then from there went to Assam. From Assam into Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland, Arunachal, most of it, and back here. Now I came to Guwahati. I explored a bit of Bhutan border. Now from here I intend to go to Sikkim, then Bihar, go north, UP, Kashmir, Ladakh, Himachal, Punjab, Rajasthan, and then conclude at the same point where I had been. And this entire border is about 22,000 kilometers, the Indian of the country. So some places you can not go because of whatever reasons are. So what I was calculating, this entire journey comes to about 20,000 kilometers.
So it's a wonderful actually, and जब आप वहाँ गांव वालों से मिले, आपको अपने घर में लगा या कैसे लगा, हॉस्पिटैलिटी कैसे लगी, हाउ पीपल, मतलब लोगों ने आपके साथ कैसे रिएक्ट किया, कि आप साइकिल लेके घूम रहे?
So क्या when I started, मैं काफी नर्वस था. मतलब I knew everything was going to be okay and I am in the right direction. लेकिन फिर भी एक थोड़ा नर्वसनेस, एंजाइटी होती है. So that's the feeling with which I started my journey. But in fact, Kutch is known for its hospitality, and I have been fortunate to experience it firsthand. मतलब जब भी मैं कच्छ के गांव-गांव से जाता था, तो लोगों ने मतलब इतना अच्छा स्वागत किया मेरा, और इतना मतलब मुझे अपने घर जैसी लग रहा था, एंड स्पेशली हैविंग ब्रॉट अप इन अ विलेज, आई वाज वेरी कंफर्टेबल इन दैट सेटिंग. तो थ्रू आउट द जर्नी एवरीवेयर पीपल हैव बीन रियली वेरी नाइस टू मी. सो इनफैक्ट एक थोड़ा सा ये था कि आप जा रहे हो, पता नहीं आपको कोई आपसे कोई छीन लेगा, आपका चोरी करेगा ना ऐसे. तो आई मीन ऐसे सिचुएशंस आते हैं जहाँ पे लोग कोई थोड़ा सा परेशान करेंगे या थोड़ा सा मतलब इग्नोर करेंगे या हेल्प नहीं करेंगे, लेकिन ऐसा कोई भी सिचुएशन नहीं है कि विच इज़ वेरी लाइफ थ्रेटनिंग या कोई को सारा लेके भाग रहे. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं हुआ. मतलब मिला, मतलब काफ़ी सपोर्ट मिला है मुझे लोगों का. सो इट हैज़ बीन अ ब्यूटीफुल जर्नी.
Very nice. And while you were in Northeast, what was the feeling? Means this change, because people, we say that Northeast through this Siliguri chicken's neck is a complete different world, is a complete different India. And a lot of people across our country, across our subcontinent, before coming to Northeast, they think twice, thrice. So what was your feeling, and what did you feel, when you went through Northeast?
I thought through it, thought about it 10 times,
Yes.
and I was made to think another 10 times all by all my friends, family, a lot of people whom I knew. Because yes, Northeast, sitting there in Mumbai, Pune is an enigma. तो मैं भी उसी माइंडसेट से आया था, लेकिन मुझे वो एनिग्मा एक्सपीरियंस करना था. तो अगर मैं उधर बम्बई में बैठा हूँ तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि यार मतलब somebody coming from अरुणाचल, त्रिपुरा, आसाम, मेघालय, नागालैंड, नॉर्थ ईस्ट का बंदा है. So for me there's no difference. But then now having traveled through all the northeast states, अभी मुझे पता चल रहा है कि इतना डाइवर्स और कॉम्प्लेक्स और सुंदर कल्चर है यहाँ पे. तो ये जो अप्रिशिएशन जो है वो मतलब अगर शायद मैं ट्रैवल नहीं करता तो शायद नहीं होता था. इनफैक्ट मेरा जो ओरिजिनल प्लान था नॉर्थ ईस्ट का, इट वाज लाइक 1.5 months. I entered Northeast June end and I'm still here and I've still not finished my journey. So about मतलब by the time I exit Northeast will be about 6 months. तो मतलब इतना अभी भी मैंने पूरी सारी चीज़ें अभी एक्सप्लोर नहीं की. लाइक कपल ऑफ प्लेसेस दैट यू मेंशन्ड इन द मॉर्निंग, आई हैव सीन इन द मैप, लेकिन मुझे जाना है, लेकिन मैं अभी शायद जा नहीं पाऊंगा, नॉट दिस फेज. तो पार्ट टू नॉर्थ ईस्ट करना पड़ेगा. सो नॉर्थ ईस्ट इज वेरी ब्यूटीफुल, कल्चरली सो डाइवर्स, सो कॉम्प्लेक्स, एंड पीपल आर अमेजिंग. मतलब मैं डर डर के गया था, इंक्लूडिंग मणिपुर. ऑनेस्टली आई मीन जो परसेप्शन बना हुआ है मणिपुर का, तो ऑफ कोर्स आई मीन देयर इज अ टेंशन इन द एयर, बट दैट्स बिटवीन दोज टू ग्रुप्स. बट मी व्हेन एज अ आउटसाइडर on either of the sides I go, I'm treated with a lot of love and they really take care of you. That's what I've experienced.
So wonderful. Thank you, means, for giving this input of yours, because it's so very important for the entire country to understand that we are part of this country, in the entire Northeast. We probably have some of the best biodiversity regions and some of the best biodiversity communities also. People who have lived with the, with the nature around them, with the environment, with their own characters, So this is what, makes this region so very different, so very this one, because all that we have been trying to do together, the philosophy which has moved you from your house and taken you on this cycle journey, the same philosophy that we share, that how do we help people not to get into this climate change, but change themselves for a better world, or for an existing world that we already have, to slow down the process of entire urbanization that we are looking forward to. So what would be your kind of, through your journey, through your this one, what was the kind of message that we are giving to the people? What are the kinds of, different people, communities, the organizations that you have met, and what were the kind of message that you were sharing with them? So
the message, this whole journey, it started with one of my friends. His name is Rupesh Rai, and he runs this organization called Bakri Chap.
Bakri Chap, yes.
So he undertook a very similar journey, or same journey. This was with the message of change before climate change. So he traveled from Delhi to Madurai and back, about 12,500 kilometers of journey, and he went through all the villages, cities, and wherever he was there, he had these tree plantation drives and awareness programs. Now for me, when I took over the baton from him and started this journey, my understanding was people are generally aware of climate change. लेकिन ये climate change के लिए मतलब एक sustainable lifestyle जीने के लिए थोड़ा inconvenient है. So you have to give up certain conveniences. You have to get out of your comfort zone, and that's the reason people are a little complacent. कि यार कौन करेगा इतना सब ना. लेकिन जो मैं अभी पा रहा हूँ, like I've been going through different small remote villages within the country. So that's the beauty of cycling, you know. You can just go in some remote corners. Awareness levels ही बहुत कम है.
Exactly.
So people, in especially in the remote areas, they are not aware of climate change. कि कुछ ऐसे हो रहा है. And people who are aware, for them it is more of a coffee table discussion. They don't want to give up their comforts or to adopt a sustainable lifestyle. Like it is a everybody and nobody's problem.
Yes.
You know, it's everybody's problem. Everybody thinks that somebody will do it, but nobody does anything. And that's exactly the situation that we are in, unfortunately.
Yes. So Jayant, you know, while we carry on the discussion, let's take a small tea break.
Sure.
And we'll get back to Amudarya again.
Absolutely, yes.